All right, the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell cuts rates by 50 basis points, which is seismic, period. But seismic today, the impact this has on your small business is massive.
The Federal Reserve is the world's largest central bank.
The Fed is important to the global economy in so many different ways. The US is the locomotive of the global economy.
Even though other central bankers often say that they don't follow the Fed, they often implicitly have to.
The Fed's leaders see a slowdown coming in the U.S. job market.
The time has come for policy to adjust.
This is the first interest rate cut in 4 years. That's big time. 50 basis points is also big time. You don't usually see that kind of cut, especially with the economy doing as well as it's doing now. Yesterday, when the rate cut, the economy kind of went south. Today, record numbers on the Dow, record numbers on the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ. Things are way up. So consumer confidence is going to help business. Let's talk about it. When you think about the Fed funds rate, you can't really think about every single index. You can't think about every single rate. You can't really think about, all the rates out there, because the federal funds rate is basically banks borrowing from banks at overnight rates. So it's not necessarily hitting every single part of the economy. But we know that rates, when they go up, they don't really promote consumer confidence. And we know that when rates go down, generally people find their way. They're looking for room. And so when rates are being cut, there's generally things that are being released that are coming that are going to help spending, which when you think about spending, you think about growth. For a small business owner, for you and I, what are we looking at? We're looking at the ability to potentially borrow money at lower rates, because that's typically how this works. Is that going to happen today? You're going to walk in your bank today and they're going to say, hey, you just got approved for something that's a point less than yesterday. That's probably not going to happen. But again, confidence, right? We're looking at confidence. We're looking at the confidence index, if there is one. And we're looking at how this is going to allow you the confidence and allow the consumer the confidence. So when you think about cars and homes, well, we all know that the rates on cars has been way up. We all know that the rates on mortgages have been way up. It's a seller's market. Why? Because buyers aren't in the market. It's a funny market because you got not a lot of inventory, not a lot of buyers, which is weird. And we are in a kind of weird financial place right now where you're talking about really good economy as far as the markets are concerned. And now you're talking about rate cuts, which generally they don't go together. But we know we're in an election year. And in an election year, as you get closer to the election, the incumbent party usually wants to do something to spike the interest in the party and try to get, more votes. So we are at this place right now that is very interesting. But for you, the small business owner, what we want to focus on is confidence. And so when you think about cars and homes and things that can go off the market faster, if consumer stimulation and confidence grows, you have an opportunity to index on that delta. And so what are your services? What are your goods? What are you bringing to the table from a standpoint of increasing your ability to sell more with consumer confidence going up? You're thinking about lending. If you're thinking about borrowing, you're thinking about loans you're in. Maybe you want to refinance a loan you're in. If you're thinking about that, and that might not be today, but let's start checking this thing a month, 2 months, 3 months, 6 months out, because if the confidence of the Fed Reserve is saying, hey, we're cutting, we're probably going to be seeing another cut. We're not going to go from cutting to an increase. We're probably going to see another cut down the road, which again creates confidence. So when you start thinking about maybe refinancing loans that you're in, stuff, you got debt that's kind of upside down, and you got debt that's in the wrong position, and you've been stuck in that place because interest rates haven't moved, you may be able to do something soon. If you're looking to borrow, you're looking to maybe increase staff, buy more goods, buy more electronics, buy more technology for business. Maybe you're factoring or doing things that you're going to leverage confidence to put yourself in a stronger position, or to put yourself in a position to sell more product. These things are all things that you should be looking at when you're looking at your small business and your opportunity in today's economy. What about expansion? Are you thinking about bringing in more employees? Are you thinking about bringing in more staff? Are you thinking of bringing in more partners? When confidence is up and spending is up, you have more revenue. You can create a better profit margin to do some of these things and put you in more in a position of strength. I got a lot of friends in the real estate business. I got a lot of friends in the car business. I got a lot of friends, obviously, in the mortgage business. I come from the mortgage business, something that I follow closely. And I know a lot of loan officers have gotten out of the business because it was just unbearable to do loans and unbearable, like if houses aren't selling or if refinances aren't a real thing because interest rates are high, cars are still selling. The thing about cars is this. In a leasing market, there's always time, it's always being timed out. 3 years, 48 months, whatever you're leasing, 2 years, it's always being timed out. So you constantly are in the market for a car, but you're not constantly in the market for a home. And when you think about 2008 and some of the time period after that where interest rate cuts created huge boost in confidence, huge boost in spending, and eventually helped the economy get back on the right track. What we're looking at right now are trends in consumer confidence and spending, and I believe that when you look at two huge indicating markets, real estate, which is the price and sales of homes, whether this becomes a buyer's market due to interest rates and due to prices going down, or if it stays a seller's market because prices stay up, and then you're looking at cars. How many more cars are going to fly off the market because interest rates are trending in a downward direction? I had a couple phone calls with a couple friend of mine, and they're excited about the Fed's cutting rates because they feel like it's an opportunity for them to grow business. And so we know this is a move definitely in the right direction. This is a move into the idea that this will influence small business to make more moves. This will influence consumers to make more moves. This isn't going to totally influence where we are from a market standpoint and completely, spike growth and confidence in consumers. But we know trends and we know this is a move in the right direction. Here's what I would recommend. Don't be too hasteful. Let's watch right now. Market's responding well. Consumers are responding well. Economy's responding well. First initial reaction, hot take, okay? Let's watch. Let's see what happens. This is great. We're heading into the election. There's a lot of moving pieces over the next couple months that are going to take place. And this is a sweeping move in the economy. Sweeping move in the economy. Unemployment's a little bit up. Consumer confidence is a little bit down. You're trying to make a move to get those two things to reverse a little bit. Where unemployment can go down, consumer confidence can go up. Let's watch for what this can do for us as we continue to try to grow our small businesses and grow our intellect as entrepreneurs. We're going to continue to try to ride the trends of the market, what's happening in current events and how it affects small business, how it affects you, the entrepreneur, how it affects your ability to grow your business, how it affects your ability to eradicate fear and use faith and action to step in the right direction. If this is helping you, please subscribe to the channel. We're trying to grow, we're trying to provide value, we're trying to give more confidence to people out there trying to win. God bless.